Be prepared for highly offensive language, adult and sexual themes, and nudity.
Coming to you from the heart of Boredom Wood, this is Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Stateside. Tonight, former celebrity housemates Spidey, Towie star James Arch Argent, entrepreneur Louisa Zisman, funny man boy Matt Richardson, and a rocking performance from Rusty Lee. But now, please welcome your host with the most, Ryland Clark.
Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Stateside, oh yes! Oh, this is the show that's just like our American cousins. We are loud, brash and armed with lip gloss, oh yeah! Saturday night officially starts here. Listen, it was another dramatic night in the house. I actually have a theory about why the celebs might be acting so crazy. I think it might be to do with the full moon, I think.
Bed last night.
Oh. Go. Oh, go. Ready for this? Did that actually look like it was me doing it? I did try. Moving on, listen, Sherlock, better watch out because there is a new detective in town.
Am I correct in thinking this might be your bra?
That is not my bra.
Then it only remains to be one person's bra. Would this be...
Give it to me.
Whose bra is it? Come on, is it? Ah! I'll go and get the knickers.
It's Sherry, bro.
Let's go. Hang on. I don't think that takes too much skill, right? Hang on, I found new. No, they're definitely Janice's. They're Janice's, I think. Speaking of the Queen of Reality, Janice really opens up to Chloe today by revealing something really personal.
I have to take a fucking shit.
That's what I like to call PMI. Too much information. Right, sis. Listen, everyone, it's time for Farrah's Insult of the Day. She has dropped some stellar insults in the house, but I think she might have excelled herself with this very well-thought-out dig at Austin.
You don't know shit about Brittany.
Oh, shit. Go have your fake ass.
Get out.
Go have your fake ass shit. Close your fucking
Bye.
nasty-ass dick leg.
Nasty-ass dick leg! Dick leg. Burn. Listen, Austin was at the end of Janice's insults just hours later after she discovered that he and James has had all of their filthy Anse for a wardrobe.
Whoever touched my wardrobe was touched by you or James. I don't appreciate that. And I will not have anyone put their hands on my wardrobe. I've never touched your wardrobe. And hear this and get it straight. That's not cool. That's not cool. You do not put
Let's keep a cool head, though.
I'm saying, keep your motherfucking hands off my wardrobe.
Don't touch her wardrobe, for God's sake, she'll eat you. Listen, I think we have established, though, under no circumstances is it OK to touch Janice's wardrobe. If you've got that, you've got that. Good. But you think they would have learnt their lesson, but they didn't, because things went from bad to worse this morning when Jenna discovered that her wardrobe's been touched.
You guys took all my hangers.
Not me, I took both.
I had all my hangers here.
I took both.
We took hanger out.
How many did
So
you
I
have?
guess, well, I had at least 8.
You had 8?
Okay. Forward and up
They
and
just
on.
asked me.
So I don't even have one. What?
I'm gonna get off.
They just asked me if you can get the suitcases in.
I'm doing my best, but everybody stole my fucking hangers.
Jenna,
all right.
Diffuse, take mine. Just take mine.
All 2 of them, thanks.
Well,
Let me see.
Just stop touching the clothes, for God's sake! Moving on with all the conflict raging around him, Scoop took on the role of mediator, bless
What do you want? Tell me what you want. You want to have a war in here, or you want to fucking have peace in here? Which one do you want, man?
I want peace.
You were acting like a damn fool last night. A damn fool. You know what a damn fool acts like? A damn fool. Okay? Tell me what you want, man.
I'd like.
Because you know
nice.
that there's gonna be a war here now. Would you like to fucking all be nice in here, or are we gonna live the next 5 or 6 days?
I think you'll find.
Shit, huh?
The only people calling shit is the Americans.
Now you're taking a shot at me.
No, not you, but the people that are causing shit are the Americans.
Well, lastly this afternoon, amazing scenes happened, guys. The housemates greased themselves up and attempted to lodge their sausage in between 2 buns. It was a slip and slide frenzy, let me tell you. But actually, it weren't the boys getting on, it actually genuinely was a task. Have a look.
Yeah, go for it. When you're ready, Chloe.
It's going to be fun. Okay. Right on the target.
100%.
Do you know what I think the nicest thing about that is? At least Chloe's now handled a sausage outside of the bedroom. Good luck to you, girl. There you go. Oh, it's a Saturday. Well, I'm going to head over to my Saturday night desk and it's time to introduce my fantastic guest. First up is the Frank Sinatra of Essex. She always means business and we love the next one's jerk chicken. It's James R. Jargent, Louisa Zisman and Rusty Liz. Oh, you all right?
Yes.
Look oh, sit down. Oh, what a couch. What a couch. You move my chair back. I can't even bloody get on my chair.
Oh, that's very posh.
I don't need that.
Very posh.
I've got to say, if this was a Hollywood casting couch, I think you'd all get the job. Put it that way. Rusty, I've got to start with you. It's what a pleasure to have Rusty back.
Thank you.
I love her. How are you finding the series?
Oh, this series, you know, every time people ask me about the series, last year was great. This year has reached the ceiling. How are you going to better this? How are you going to better next year? Put me in it, I think so.
I just die every time she laughs. I can't deal with it. Let me come to you. It's UK versus USA.
Yeah.
The Americans have been dominating it, but what team's coming out on top for you so far?
I think the UK are acting typically English. I like the Americans. I'm a fan. I think it would be boring without them.
They're
It's
giving a good show. They are giving a good
They
show.
are entertaining us. We're getting our money's worth because they were probably cheaper than the Brits.
I've got to ask you though, James. Obviously, you were an apprentice contestant.
Yeah.
You went in. You've done well from the show. Have you ever met James?
Yeah, I have.
And is he,
Yeah,
is
he's
he
a
straight to
nice
business?
guy.
You think he'll do well?
Wouldn't say. Yeah, he's all right. I quite like him in the show. I think he's doing okay.
He's come across well.
Yeah, I like the fact we were talking earlier, and I think he's trying to be like a better-looking Mark Wright.
Oh.
That's
On that note, Arch, welcome. I've got to ask you, who's your faves? Who's the ones you just like?
I think my favourite so far, I just find Fat Man Scoop a legend.
He's going down. Let me ask you about Scoop. No word of a lie, I'm not even lying here. You once met Fat Man Scoop in Magaluf.
Yes.
Now, we get all the exclusives on this show. Tell me what happened.
Well, I think I was in Magaluf, I think, doing like a nightclub appearance or something like that.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do.
Well, you know what it's
we've
like.
all been there. Lads do, Max.
And I think Fat Man Scoop was out there doing some sort of DJ set, and anyhow, I was staying in this hotel, and he must have been staying in the same hotel, so I remember just walking over to the reception going, "What's happening, Scoop?" And he come over and he gave me like a bit of a bear hug.
Oh! Was he lovely?
Yeah, and, he genuinely was lovely, and I thought, you know what, when I knew that he was doing my brother, I was like, go on, Scoop.
Go on, Scoop. I did see Scoop. Was it last night we did see Daniel get evicted? He went. Rusty, do you think the right person went last night?
No.
No?
No. Do you know why? I think the wrong person went out. Only...
No, Rusty.
Only because we haven't seen much of our Brits working. We haven't seen them. And who should have gone? Who do you think? I agree. I think Chris should have gone. Although I love Chris and all
nice
the shows
guy.
he's done. We haven't... Because
We want to see Burnside!
Yes.
We want to see Burnside!
Yeah, he should have been there, you know, putting them down when they've been cheeky, you know, as they do. But we haven't seen anything, have we? We haven't seen any action. And unfortunately, I watched this show avidly, and I haven't seen anything from him. Sorry.
Lulu, why do you think the British public didn't save Daniel then?
He didn't really do that much either, to be fair, did he? I mean, I love the bill, and I quite like that DCI Burnside. So I'm pleased that he's
officially
But I think, Daniel didn't do much, and it's vote to save. And when you don't do anything, you're at risk of not being saved.
When
People like Farah and Janice, who have provided entertainment, OK, a bit hit and miss sometimes, but they're bloody entertaining, and that's what we want, and that's why he went.
Arj, if you were in there, who would you have put up for eviction this week? Where would your nomination have gone?
Do you know what? As entertaining as she is, you've got to... How could you want to be in a house with Farah?
How
could you...
Oh, do you know...
She gets away with murder, doesn't she, Rusty?
She gets away with murder. The other night, do you know, I've been cussing and wanting to throw my telly through the window. without effing and jeffing, I wanted to be... But when I saw her get the task to go in and upset people, she took it not... I mean, people say...
There's a level.
People say another level. She went another level and then some.
Yeah, totally. Well, do you know what? We've got so much to talk about. These are going to be back after the break, but now, give it up for this lot. What a cow. What a cow. Stay tuned, because coming up, Matt Richardson's going to be looking back at the week, and he's going to be unearthing some comedy gold in the first celeb buzz of the series. Plus, my old mate Spidey are back. Go on. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you after this. Kills me. Look at Arco! Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside. Coming up, my former nemesis Heidi and Spencer's going to be using their Spidey senses. They're going to be telling me exactly what they think of this year's crop of celeb housemates. Plus, we'll be just hear Rusty laughing. Plus, we're going to be finding out what's been happening in today's task, and it was a good one. We've got an exclusive as well. But first, let's get straight to tonight's drama: Farah versus Bobby. Lulu, where did that come from?
I don't know. I think it just came from Farah's other personality.
What one?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, there's several. I kind of, you know, I'm going to get booed for saying this. There's something about Farah that I don't... Yeah, because she's got something that I quite like. I think...
You're going to get some tweets tonight.
I think that we are going to see Farah go on a nice journey. And she's going to
she's used the J word.
And she is. And then she's going to
Someone's going to say roller coaster in a minute.
And at the end, she's going to go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, there we go.
And then I think that she's going to do all right. That's my prediction.
Well, Bobby had already actually said that Farah was spoiling for a fight, but she wouldn't be able to find his buttons to push. Arj, I think she found them.
Yeah, she said a few things a bit below the belt, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I mean, she got a bit personal with him tonight.
Yeah.
What did you make of that?
No, I thought it was a bit harsh, some of the stuff she said. I mean, you know, obviously, he likes to try and keep himself calm, and he don't want to sort of unleash as such, but there's only so much someone can take.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang. What I found a bit funny was Jenna and Farah pretty much double-teamed him,
Yes.
didn't they? Why do you think that they both went for him? For not like that.
No! I think... Is it my question?
You can say what you like.
I think they've got a man issue. I think they don't like men.
Yeah.
Really. I have this feeling because every time any man tries to be nice to them, they cut them down and chop them dead. And I think they've got some... Well, Farah seriously got some issues. I think she should have someone close to give her some help. Because
Rusty,
she's not well.
Rusty, I'm so sorry,
She's
babe.
not a well girl.
I've got to say this. Hang on. I would never, in a million years, cut Rusty Lee off from talking, but come with me. Come with me. Look at this. Look at this shoddy work. I'm not having none of this. I'm going to stick it back on with a little bit of sellotape to talk about a budget. I mean, I've got a desk. I've got a lamp. I mean, please. Oh, it's going to be a row tonight. I can sense it. Right, let's get back to the chat. Rusty, you say what you want. So were you annoyed?
I was annoyed at picking on our Bobby.
Yeah.
Our Bobby. Don't pick on our Bobby. No, I think the Brits are too nice. We are too lovely. And we are being respectful, and they're not. They're telling us all the filthiest, nastiest, dirtiest things you could say to a man, and he's not retaliating. You know, to any person,
Yeah,
not
but
to just a
Brits
man.
have no balls in there.
Yeah, well...
You just need one of the
We have
Brits
it.
to stand up and go, shut up, you dumb Americans.
We don't want World War III, lover. I think they're just stepping back because the Brits, I think, is we all stand back and wait. But I think once you put a fire and light it behind our British backsides, we'll be up for the
I can
fight.
see it coming.
We'll be up for
I
the
can
fight.
see it coming.
Yeah. Put
Do you know-
some fight in us.
Do you know what I was a little bit shocked by? Jenna, she's never been sort of backwards in coming forwards, has she?
No.
Let's be fair. Lulu, she... This lot tonight, I'm swearing. Do you know what I mean? I was surprised with Jenna because she literally sat back and let Farah fight that battle completely for her.
But I think that she was shocked that it came... Like it was... She did start it, but then Farah just took it, like you said, to a whole nother level.
She does.
And it was really confusing, for, like, even to watch. It was a bit like, why? What's happening now?
Because Farah,
It was out of the blue.
they're both of them adjusting for a position. Both of them are knowing each other in America. One's bigger than the other financially, and one's a greater thing, and the other one, Farah, thinks she should be the queen of the pie.
If one gets evicted, it'll be really interesting.
It'll be a
I don't
different
want them
story.
evicted, though. I want the Brits to get a grip of them
Get a
and put them
backbone.
down.
Stick up for
Put them
yourself.
down. They need to be put down. Not because they're Americans or anything, because they're just obnoxious.
They're being
They need
obnoxious.
putting down. They need to...
Oh, I've got to ask you, because, I mean, it's a question that I think everyone wants to know. Are you familiar with Jenna's work? He's giving it, who me? Well, listen, let's talk about Tash. I've got to bring up Natasha, because Natasha has said, you know, she's really kept a stiff upper lip throughout this. We saw her get upset in the week with the argument. Arj, do you think she will see the end of that and just lose her rag? Because I think she is very, very near boiling point, Natasha.
I do, yeah. It looks like she's almost struggling there at the moment as it is. So I think that, like, she's made it crystal... You know, it starts off bit of tears and it's... You know, then you start opening up and all of a sudden, you know, you get angry and then bam.
Yeah.
She can't let them break her.
No.
Because she keeps sort of crying and going a bit into herself. And I think we all want to see Natasha get out and be a bit like northern
But this is the thing,
bird,
we've
like,
She's a
seen her.
Liverpudlian girl.
go for them,
Yeah, she's
She's
just
not going to take much more.
Well, this is what I'm
She's
saying, on
gonna
launch
go.
night. We saw it on launch
She's
night,
gonna
didn't we,
go.
her v Farah? We saw it then.
Yeah.
Rusty, is she going to come back?
She must go and get them. She must have her say. She must give them
They're
some
wearing her
Liverpudlian
down.
bashing. She needs to...
She's Buckley and bashing. Some of the things you're
She's got to let them know that they can't take the mic like this. They're taking the mic off. I would say the other word, but we're not allowed to curse. Yes.
You ain't got a microphone, John!
He needs his own show. He needs his own show.
Oh, he needs something, I'll tell you. Listen, on that note, give him a round of applause. Come on. Right. My next guest is perfectly positioned to bring you this week's buzz. It is the loose cold Lothario with all the lols. Please give it up for Matt Richardson.
Yes. Hello, I am back like a rash you can't get rid of for more than a few weeks. Now, it's nice to be back. I didn't really know where to start this week, so I thought I'd start with a little fact. At the end of each series, right, Rylan likes to take home a piece of furniture from the Big Brother house to keep. And this year, he has his eyes set on the state-of-the-art washing machines.
That's much better.
There'll be some crusty sheets for them to wash. Shay Rylan, isn't there? And so when it comes to housemates, I don't really know where to start this series because so much has happened. The housemates are the worst group of people to live together since the last lot got kicked out in July, I suppose. And I think the best place to start for me would be Chloe Jasmine worrying about her and Stevie's PDAs and how they're affecting the rest of the house.
Do you feel uncomfortable with it too?
Do I feel uncomfortable with?
With the affection?
Your affection?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
Chloe, on behalf of the whole country, yes, we are uncomfortable. Every time you two touch, I feel like a cat that's being stroked the wrong way. Some people aren't even convinced that their relationship is real. Jonathan Harvey says Stevie and Chloe give them a, was about to say Oscar, but they're not even that convincing. Hashtag CBB. Now, Jonathan, that isn't very fair. Stevie loves Chloe, OK? And Chloe...
I love you lots. I want you to know that, okay?
See? Chloe... Stevie, is that not good enough for you? I mean, that is the biggest I just like you I've ever seen. On a side note, though, I can't help but think Stevie looks a little bit like a waxwork of a good-looking man that's started to slightly melt, you know?
Don't be horrible.
But true, there we go. Talking of waxworks, Jenna revealed tonight that she has one of her own, and Farrah thinks she'd quite like to follow in her footsteps.
You know, I have a wax figure in Madame Tussauds.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Do you? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's so funny. How did that happen?
They just called me and said that they wanted to do a wax figure of me.
Actually, I'm going to see if I can do that.
And so what they did is they...
Do I just call them?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Farrah, you can't just call Madame Tussauds. There is a very... What are you doing? There is a very long process which involves actually being famous enough to have a waxwork, right? Besides, would you really want a wax copy of yourself when it'd have a far better personality than you do? And a waxwork wouldn't need to put lip gloss on before she went to bed. Now, Farrah is turning into the villain of this series quicker than Perez and Katie Hopkins combined. Ex-housemate Christopher Hall said, catch up on CBB, never seen a more disgusting human being than Farrah. She makes Helen seem like Shakespeare and Perez like the Pope. Hashtag CBB. It's quite a funny tweet. Although I don't want to bring the tone down too much, but I do actually have some rather serious news about Farrah. I know. I'm afraid to say we found out she's caught a very, very serious illness.
Can I ask you something?
But I'm just saying, Bobby,
why do you need to use
after...
expletives when you're talking to me? I don't... Why do
I'm
you
sorry,
have to go...
I have profanity.
I'm so sorry, Farrah. Yes, you do have profanity. I'm afraid it must be contagious because I feel like I may have caught it too, you cunt. That's it from me. Thank you very much.
Richardson. Rusty's face is a picture. Coming up from California, we're going to be chatting to none other than Spidey. I thought they were bad. Now we got him. They are the most indestructible couple in showbiz. We're going to see what they make of Clovey. Plus, she's turned rock chick just for one night. Rusty Lee's going to be singing an all-American classic at the end of the show. You don't want to miss it. See you after this. The sheer noise of her laugh. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside. In just a minute, we're going to be on Cali time when we chat to Golden Couple Spidey. We're going to be chatting to them. But now, like a party in the hills, we are keeping it exclusive. Have a look.
This is Big Brother. The winner takes it all is now over. Big Brother can now reveal that the UK's total distance from sausage to bun was 40 sausages. And the USA's total distance from sausage to bun was 22 sausages.
Well spanked, you
Team
spanked
USA took an early lead and the UK couldn't catch up.
Catch up,
So Big Brother can now reveal that at the end of today's task, the top dogs are Team USA.
It's how you played the game, and you were so brave.
Well, Team USA clearing up today. What do we make of that? They've won the task.
Oh dear, that's not good.
No?
It's not good at all. I didn't like that.
Are we thinking the power might go to their heads?
If it wasn't already.
It's already there.
Talking of Team USA, from California, there's this infamous couple. I think people might call them reality royalty, to be fair. They would have run away with the Celebrity Big Brother crown if it wasn't for a certain Brit. He got in their way. I love them to bits. We all get on now. Give it up, Heidi and Spencer. It's Spidey! There they are! There they are! Oh, guys, first of all, Heidi, I've got a very important question. Have you missed me?
Of course, obviously.
Obviously, hello.
Obviously.
Transatlantic love going on here. Spence, I know you've been watching from across the pond. What are you making of the US-UK dynamic in there?
I'm very happy of how entertaining the U.S. is, but I hate that the U.S. is fighting with the U.S. We should be fighting with the Brits. This is it's ridiculous. I don't know why the Americans are even talking to the Brits in the house.
Well, we'll get back to that dynamic in a minute. But listen, Daniel got booted out of the house last night, Heidi. Are you surprised that he was the first one to go?
Yes and no. I knew it would be an American, and I just think he was the least feisty of everybody. So I think that, you know, if you weren't bringing it so hard, that it was kind of time to go.
Spencer,
I wish Daniel had stepped it up, and I think if the Brits weren't so boring and had created a little bit of conflict, we could have seen a better Daniel. Because I am a Daniel fan, but this Daniel should have been out of the house, and I don't think he wanted to be there. And if you don't want to win the show, you shouldn't do this show. That's my whole thing. I think a lot of these people go in just to be on TV. You should go to win. Yeah, people are just too nice. They all just want to get their checks and just na-na-na-na-na.
Oh, he's right.
Well,
The
listen,
British public is fickle, so you never know.
Well, listen, you guys definitely kept everyone on their toes, including me, when we were in the house. You had fake walkouts, you had plenty of Barneys, again, mostly with me. And there were even a few tears, if you remember. So let's remind ourselves of your famous Last Supper speech. Let's take a look.
It's been very difficult for me to be awful. But, you know, it's got to be a bad guy.
It's good to be bad. I told you.
You know, it's got to be the baddie, and I had to step up, and, you know, people pay my bills, and, you know, I can't come all the way from America and play the good guy when it's not what they cast me for.
Listen, I'm not cutting you because I wouldn't want them tears on my face.
Yeah. And I'm very thankful for this experience.
Oh. Guys, how does it feel reliving that moment?
I lost the plot. I should have just been swearing at all of you guys.
Well, listen, you guys were the only Americans in our year. Did you find it difficult, like, with the culture divide, obviously, being with so many Brits?
I think in a way it's almost easier, though, because there's a clear divide. You know, it's like it was us versus the house, where now all Americans are against each other, and then there's these different cliques. So I think for us, it was almost easier not having a bunch of Americans in there. So I'm glad that it was, you know, just you proper British folks.
That's the first time I've ever been called proper British. I'll own that. Well, listen, like you said earlier, the Americans, they're so far from united, it's unreal. Why do you think they keep turning on each other?
Egos, it's crazy. And it's just like, okay, like, none of you have fans, like, so I don't know, like, everyone just has their own perception of, like, what people think they are, but it's like, you guys are tripping. Like, nobody likes any of you. Your only chance is to team up and, you know, really rep USA, because as individuals, you're all whack, you know, so.
Well, don't boo them. We've done that 2 years ago. Listen, yous are one of the very few couples that have been in the Celebrity Big Brother house together. This year, we've got Chloe and Stevie. We're calling them Clovey. Hashtag Clovey. We're trying to get that together. Heidi, we saw earlier that their relationship was tested in the house. What's it like to be a couple in there together and have to deal with everything as a one?
I think that they're such a new couple, from what I'm understanding, that it's too much pressure for them. I think that they're not like such a stable couple, that they know, like, okay, we're going to get through this and it's going to be strong and we know we're coming out together. I think that they're almost divided in, like, do we want to be together? Do we not? Or what's going on? So I think they're confused amongst themselves. So it's only hurting them. I don't think it's really helping them. And I think it's making it like too emotional and like too intense for everybody. And that girl, she's crying all the time. I feel so bad for her. So I think for them it's a disadvantage, where for us it was an advantage, because we are such a strong team. We've been married.
And you
for
did.
Like,
you really are a strong couple. Like, I mean, I said that on the night of the final, but I have got to ask, one thing they're really dealing badly with is the sexual frustration.
I don't even believe that. They don't even look like they have. I think the only sexual frustration is she wants to bang that other dude.
No! No!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, we've started it all off. Well, listen, guys, I've got to say, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you again. You were legendary housemates. A nightmare to live with, but legendary housemates. It's so great to speak to you, and I'll see you soon. Give it up for Spidey! Thanks, guys.
You have a second?
Oh, well, listen, there's a lot of questions I want answered in this world. First of all, where do babies come from? I still don't know where that is.
Really?
No,
Okay.
no. How long does it take to boil an egg? I mean, that's an hard one.
1 minute.
Rusty side. And why do you always lose a sock in the wash? That always grinds me. But the big question tonight is this.
Who's on the Elstree buggy? Oh, it's only Biggins.
No, this is Elstree.
This is Elstree.
Sure, you must have been here in your time.
Oh, I have. I've done a few things.
Oh,
here
what?
in
Do
my
I want to
time.
know?
No, certainly don't.
What, down these back roads?
Oh,
don't!
Oh, I remember those red doors.
Yeah, I bet you remember them red doors.
Drawers, I said. I love being on your buggy.
Well, listen, all good things must come to an end.
Is this it?
And here we are.
Oh, no. Oh, look, there's the studio.
Here we are. Right, get off.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye, darling.
See you
Thank
soon.
See you
Excuse me,
later.
where's your fare?
Oh, sorry, darling. I'll pay you in kind.
Bye, Biggins.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Biggins. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, he loves the buggy ride. Biggins on the buggy, I love it. After the break, we're going to be heading back to the house for a very part of exclusive action. You do not want to miss that. Plus, Rusty Lee's going to be rocking it out hard like a boss. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you straight after this break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside. Coming up, we're going to be taking a closer look at the house floaters. Oh! You know what I mean. I'm talking like the Americans who like to keep a foot in both camps. Like you Janices, you get what I mean. Shut up. Anyway, listen, like an all-you-can-eat buffet, the good stuff just keeps on coming. Here's another helping of exclusive action from the house. And...
Housemates, it's now time to elect your leader. All American housemates will be given the opportunity to decide who they think should represent their nation and become the president of the Big Brother house. This is Big Brother. Big Brother can now confirm that the president of the Big Brother house is Scoop.
Because there was a challenge that was taken and I was unable to participate and my teammates brought the win home for me, I would distribute my power equally amongst everybody on my side. Because that's the way that it's supposed to be.
Right, so guys, settle down. Scoop has been voted president and I've got a seriously juicy exclusive for you. So earlier this evening, President Scoop got called to the diary room. Big Brother explained that as the Americans won the task, they will be the only housemates allowed to nominate this week. And they are only allowed to nominate British housemates. But that's not all. Scoop, as president, was also allowed to make one killer nomination. And that housemate will automatically face the public vote this week. So, you're going to have to tune into tomorrow night's main show to find out who the big man chose. But that's a bit of a gossip, isn't it?
Great, that is fantastic.
So the Americans really have got a lot of power.
They have it. And it's time for us to step up.
Step up? Well, the CBB house might all be about Team USA. That house is all about Team USA versus UK, but three of the American housemates seem to be floating between the divides. So first up, President Scoop himself. Now, he might be loud, but he's lovable. They're James's words. And that saved him from nominations, I think. But, Rusty, why do you think he gets on so well with the Americans and the Brits?
He's a singer. He's a singer. He's a poet, really. When you sing, you're a bit of a poet. And you love life. And he loves people. He obviously loves people, and people love him. And he's not rude to people. He gives manners and respect, which is nice. So we like that. He's got respect for other people, and people respect him. That's why he's been voted.
How do you think he's going to be affected now Daniel's gone? Because he was quite close to Daniel.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll remember him in It's true though, you know that. You're in, like, people are there and it's like your world for a minute, and then they go and you forget about them.
Really?
Yeah, because it moves on so quickly in there, so they'll be all right, he'll be fine.
Do we think Jenna and Farah might have a little word with him about his constitution, like his loyalty to the USA, Arj?
Do you know what? I don't think they can, like, talk to him the way they do with, like, Bobby and that. I think he can stick up for himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what else made me laugh, Ryland?
Go on.
During the break, Rusty went, I like that Scoop dog.
She's really down with the cool kids, this Rusty. She's down. She's down. Rusty's down.
I'm down with the kids.
Well, let's move on to Janice. Janice said that Jenna and Farah were an embarrassment to her team. Louisa, how do you think Janice is going to play it now? Because she said she's embarrassed by the US housemates.
I think she's just getting a bit sick of them, to be honest. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a floater, because... I think it's good to get to know everyone in there, because people are gone so quickly. You don't want to be left isolated.
Well, despite the issues that they've had with her, like Jarrah, they said that they trust Janice. Arj, do you think they can trust Janice?
I mean, it's not like I don't know about they can't trust her, but I don't think Janice is sort of like. I think she loves it.
She's in the wild of her own.
She's doing her own thing.
She is literally her own entity.
She's like Team Janice versus America versus the UK versus everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's finally move on to Austin. He's married to a Brit. His accent's questionable. He's joined with a hip at James as well. Louisa, whose side do you think Austin is really on?
I think he's a bit of a Brit deep down.
You think he's a Brit?
Yeah, I do. I like Austin, actually. I really like him. I think he's going to do well. I just think he lives in England, doesn't he? And I think he's just like a bit sick of the Americans and just like, oh, just like be quiet, let's just chill out.
But do we think he's going to take?
Nice vibe.
Do we think he's going to take Jenna and Farrah's advice by, you know, sticking to his constitution, being an
No,
American?
he doesn't care what they say, does
No,
he?
I don't. I think he's going to stick with the Brits because his other half's a Brit, and he doesn't want us to attack him.
That was a nice bit of chat there. But do you know what I do want to do? We played this last week and I absolutely loved it. The great British public are often too busy drinking tea and playing croquet. You know, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what
to
they
pay
do.
attention to all the Americans. So it's time to test their skills of perception in a game I like to call...
Don't you know who I am?
So what I've done is I've sent my bot spods to the Big Smoke to quiz the public, Big Smoke's London, by the way, on what they think our American housemates are famous for. Now, of course, they've all been watching, so it should be a walk in the park, do you know what I mean? So, Rusty, Louisa and Arj, I need you to guess their answers. So we're going to start with Farrah. So we asked them whether they thought Farrah was famous for A, appearing on 16 and Pregnant, B, winning Mother of the Year, or C, winning a transsexual contest.
Did they see pictures?
They did see pictures, so we're going to go for A, B or C.
Well, I knew her from 16 and Pregnant, but I think if they've seen a picture, it might be C.
You think C? Arj?
It is like when plastic surgery went wrong, though, isn't it? It's a shame. She used to be really pretty.
Maybe C.
Maybe
Yeah,
C.
Definitely C.
Let's find out.
She's had work done, I can tell that.
She looks really bad on the photo. I'm going to go transsexual.
Yeah, I'm going to go transsexual. I'll say transsexual contest.
Yeah, transsexual. She was in MTV Teen Mom something.
She was on MTV 16 and Pregnant.
And she made homemade movies, like top grossing, like I've watched it a couple of times. Sorry.
Well, I can reveal that half of the public thought she appeared on 16 and Pregnant.
Yeah.
And the other half, we won't even go there.
No.
Let's move on to our next housemate, Austin. We asked, what is this man famous for? So is it A, dating a famous designer, B, dating a homeless man, or C, dating his stepbrother?
Oh, no.
Very quick, A, B or C?
I'd go stepbrother.
Arj?
No, I think they're ridiculous. I think A.
A?
I'll go with A as well.
A as well. Let's
Yes.
find out what the public said.
I think this person became famous by dating Marc Jacobs.
How do you think this man became famous?
Being a douchebag. It's that smug look where he thinks he deserves to be famous.
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother. Stepbrother. He's got that look about him.
Yeah.
Famous designer.
He's actually a fashion designer.
It could still be the stepbrother. You never know, really, do you?
Well, there you go. Most people didn't know what he was famous for, but they guessed designer, so well done. Here goes designer. Finally, let's just quickly move on to Janice. We asked what milestone birthday she's just reached. We're not going to actually show it, but what do you think they said?
70.
Oh, I went there for 67.
67?
70.
Do you know what they guessed? 75? Oh! Terrible. I think she looks well.
Yeah, but she's ageless because she's had so much work done. It makes you ageless, doesn't it?
Well, listen, on
So
that
we
note,
think
give him a
you're
clap for
older.
God's sake. Rusty, you go off to get ready. You're going to sing. Off you go, darling. That is it for tonight. A big thank you to my transatlantic guests, Rusty, Louisa and Arj, and from California, Spidey. Tomorrow, I'm going to be joined by the McGiff, Chloe Goodman, and your latest evictee, Daniel Baldwin. But for now, in honour of the American staple food, meatloaf, singing Bat Out of Hell, the rock goddess, there's Rusty Lee. Night-night.